welcome back to my channel. I'm Yoon, and today's video is kind of different. Also, my eyes are swollen. We don't talk about it. It's just been really swollen the past few days, so if any of you have any tips on how to help with it, I would really appreciate it. But this video is just one I've been wanting to share a while, and I've added a few other things to share because of some new things that happened. So first of all, I have re-dyed my secret layer and dyed it pink because my sisters and I are all matching in the color pink now. And this video is just a video that I wanted to share with you guys. That is the pile collection of books that are from annotated book exchanges with other people, aka my friends. And I will be just telling you guys what books they are. And yeah, I'm actually very excited the fact that I can make this video, because ever since I got back into reading, which was when I first started my channel, I've been wanting to do this. Well, mainly a little bit after I went into TikTok and then found a TikTok about it. But I'm very happy, especially with this year, because a lot of it has been happening this year, and I actually have 2 more coming up. I read one of the books for one of them, and the other ones we're still deciding, picking books. And yeah, so let's get into it. And oh, before we do that, let me actually tell you and show you some other things that have been happening. So I actually went to a pop-up a few days, yesterday, and I went there mainly for the debut or die pop-up. It was a pop-up to celebrate season 2 of the webtoon, and I recently got into the webtoon plus the story, so I was very excited. And so first I managed to sign up to go inside the pop-up, and second, my sister and I were very lucky to get into the Amuse pop-up, which was right next to it. And we were lucky enough to be one of the first 50 people, so we got this little gift goodie box. And so from the Amuse pop-up, I got this hip cream, but it actually can be used for anything. It's one of their new products, I believe, and it's a firming, smoothing, and tightening cream that they say can be used for the hips, but it can be used for just any part of the body. This is an extra lid you can put on, and it comes like this. This is how the tube looks like. And then I'm pretty sure you just oh, never mind, this is another lid alternative. So yeah, and then because I got this, they gave me a little freebie keychain, which is, I want to say it's with a collaboration, but because the cream is a collaboration with something else, and so they give me a little peach person, or butt if you want to be real about it. And then from the gift box goodie, it's actually really crazy because they give a little sample of another of their hand cream, and then they give a mini sample of their dew tint line. This is shade number 13, Murpoksunga, which is water peach or something. And then they give actually a full-size product of their dew velvet tint in the shade number 9 Taro, which I did swatch, and it is very pretty. I'm not sure what shade I am, but I would recommend this more for cool tone people. I hope I can use it, but we'll have to see. This is what it looks like. It's actually very pretty. I did swatch it a few days, not a few days ago, yesterday. And yeah. And as for the pop-up, I have a slight regret of not getting as much, but for pop-ups and stuff like that, merch tends to be a bit more on the pricey side, so I did have to kind of really decide if I wanted this thing or not. I wish I could have gotten another keychain at the very least, but we won't think about that. So first of all, I got a name tag of the main character. So the premise of the beginning of the story is kind of like Produce 101, where it's like an idol survival show, and our main character Pakunde, he needs to debut or he'll catch a disease and die. So this is just like the name tag that they have to wear with their uniform in the program. And then I got a poka or photo card set from like sceneries of characters in the webtoon that has like a holographically laminated. So this is character 1, and then this is the main character, and then this is another character, and then this is our main character in his original body before he transmigrated, I guess, to the body he's in now. And at the part where I'm reading the webtoon, I am so far really liking 2 characters a lot, and then 1 character a little bit, and the other characters we're still kind of I'm personally still figuring out about them. So yeah. And then this is another card. This is just them in the webtoon art and the outfits from the pop-up. Main character, another character, and because I've recently got into photo cards, I did order like a photo card album, so that should be coming soon. And then I got random AR cards because the entire set was a little too extreme for me, so I got Pakunde for one of them. And then I got Ease Hedging A for another. This one was admittedly a like low-key not happiest pull. I would have preferred another character, but it's random. And then I got keychains of the main character, and then of my second favorite right now. And then because I passed a certain price, which we will not be talking about that, I got what is this? What are you called again? Oh shoot. This badge pin of my currently third favorite character. So, you know, it's been working out pretty well. And then recently I got the Plave Astra Polka album because it's actually been sold out for a while. And I signed up for, like, I clicked let me know when you restock on the chances and hope that they do restock. And they did. And here are my pulls. So for the QR AR card, I got Bambi. And then, oops, they come with like accordion posters. And then for my pulls, I was actually very lucky and I got 2 of my favorites. And I got Lynn and Herman. So yeah, that is what I recently purchased and got from albums and or pop-up stores. And now, time to actually share and talk about the main point of this video, which I have a feeling is going to be much shorter than the other stuff I was showing you guys, but I can't wait till my polka album comes so that I can put things in order. But let's talk about the books. And I just wanted to show off my collection because I'm very happy that I've been able to find people to do this with, and just very excited to read it. I actually admittedly have not read a lot of these. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm going to confess and say that of these 9 books, I have only actually read one of them. But let me explain. I kind of want to save most of them for a time where I won't get added stress because of the book. And also I am in a slump where I want to read but I can't seem to stick to a book. I was doing so good on getting over that slump, but then the second book I read after I got over my slump kind of kicked me back into it. So now I'm like struggling again because I was reading one of these books and I'm like, actually I'm pretty sure halfway through with it, but now I just can't keep reading it. But going over that, I'm gonna just show the books that I got. And the first book, this isn't in order of like when the exchange happened or when I happened. I mainly just put it in order of size so it's easier for me to like hold it up. But Warcross by Mary Lou, and once again still have to read it, but my friend says she liked it, so I look forward to that. And obviously all of these books were books on my list that I gave to my friends, so obviously I'm excited to read all of them. I'm even more excited because they've been annotated, and I'm excited to hear my friends' thoughts as I read it as well. These are also with very like a lot of other friends, it's not just the same friend, but yeah. And then the next one is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I think my friend actually didn't annotate this one. She wanted to read this one first, but then she got too busy, so she picked another book which was shorter, and that book was Bunny by Mona Awad. So she did start annotating this, but then even with it being a shorter book, she got very busy, so she couldn't annotate it a lot, which for me is kind of a shame because I would have loved to hear her thoughts as she read this, because I'm like halfway in this book. This is the book that I'm kind of halfway. I'm like part 2, because this book is wild. Like, it's so crazy what's going on. I'm still not sure what's going on. I'm confused as to like exactly what might have happened or like exactly what's going on, but it's very wild, so I would have loved to have heard her thoughts, but this was the other one. And then the next book is one that I actually read, and it's actually, I want to say, the first book of my future exchanges, and it is If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. I do talk about this in like one of my way older videos of a wrap up or something, but yeah. And then the next book I'm like really trying to hold off until I have time because I really want to full out try to nerd out on it, and it is If We Were Villains by Emma Rio. My friend said the ending broke her, so I am both not and also looking forward to reading this book. And then this one is the one that I just could not get past the first few chapters for some reason. I think part of it was mainly because this hit. I would try reading this at like the peak of my reading slump, and it is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, but my friend really loved this book, so I am excited to read it. I hope I can stick to it, and yeah, excited. And then the next book I got is also one I'm very excited for, but because I feel like it might stress me out, I haven't read it yet, and it is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. And I think my friend rated this a 3.5, but it looks quite annotated, so I am very excited. It's actually, oh, it's longer than I thought. Never mind. And then the next book, I'm not sure if she annotated this one or not, but is Skyward by Sanderson. This one actually is a funny story in relation to the Mary Lou Warcross. She thought I had this on my TBR list and she bought it. She was reading it. She told me she was loving it. But then her another friend of hers said, like, this book isn't on the list. What are you reading? And she freaked out and she had to kind of panic buy the Warcross book and read it because the time was getting closer to our meetup, and she was like, oh my gosh. So she just gave me this book as well. And then for the last book that I have currently to my collection is one that I'm really happy and touched that I received this one specifically, because she lives in the States and she was coming to Korea to visit. She was like, let's meet up, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm very excited. I would love to meet up. And then she asked if she could annotate a book for me, and I was like, can I do the same? And it is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And the book, I'm quite nervous to read because of how emotional I've heard it be, but also just the fact like how it's annotated and who annotated it for me. I am very, very touched and very excited to save this for later when I have time to really invest in it. And yeah, that is my annotated book collection from exchanges, plus pop-up goodies and album unboxings and everything. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different. This was an idea I already wanted to share, and I just filmed it sooner because I didn't really have an idea for what to film this week. So yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And honestly, if you guys can, I would recommend doing an annotated book exchange. For me personally, it really helps me read because I'm excited to do this for another person. So it's kind of like the cheat to my slump, unless of course I end up not liking the book, which doesn't help the slump. But I do find that this really helps me read. Like, the books I read for them are a majority of my reading challenge, like the books I managed to complete for my reading challenge, because it just makes me excited to read and then like annotate, gift it, doodle in it for another person. So if you guys are in a slump, I would recommend trying out doing an annotated book exchange. It might really help. It might kickstart you getting out of your slump. And it's just really fun to annotate and like know that somebody else is gonna read it, I guess. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. And I do have I have to double check the planning for now, but I do have another specific announcement video coming up soon. I think she said by June 1st, so we'll have to see. Hopefully I don't forget and I do remember the dates and everything, but keep an eye out for that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.